Hey there, folks! Welcome back to Oh, I Didn't Know That! Today we're bringing you some truly heartwarming tales. Stories that could change the way you think about our four-legged and sometimes winged friends. Fasten your seatbelts because you're in for a wild ride as we dive into the top 5 unbelievable incidents of animal heroism. Let's jump right in, shall we? Number 1. Now, who doesn't love a good dog story? So let me introduce you to Lucy, a crossbreed with an incredible nose for sniffing out trouble. Imagine, one ordinary day Lucy started persistently pawing at her owner's chest, something she had never done before. She was acting so peculiarly that her owner, Mary, couldn't help but notice. Mary was finally compelled to visit the doctor, just to calm her nerves more than anything else. Can you guess what happened next? The doctor, amazed, confirmed that Mary had a tiny yet dangerous, cancerous lump in her breast. It was in the early stages, making it nearly impossible for any routine checkups to catch. But Lucy did. It turns out dogs like Lucy have an extraordinary ability to sniff out certain chemical changes in the human body associated with cancer. Wow. Makes you think twice about ignoring your furry friend's odd behavior, right? Number 2. Next, let's take a trip to the jungles of our concrete cities, to a zoo where a magnificent gorilla named Binti lives. Back in the summer of 1996 in the Brookfield Zoo in Illinois, something unbelievable happened. A 3-year-old boy fell into the gorilla enclosure, a 20-feet drop, which left him unconscious. Just imagine the terror among the spectators. But then, amidst the panic, Binti, with her own baby on her back, walked towards the unconscious boy. The crowd held their breath, expecting the worst. But in an extraordinary display of empathy, she cradled the boy in her arms, keeping him safe from the other gorillas. She then carried him 60 feet to an entrance where the zoo personnel could retrieve him. It was a display of motherly instinct and gentleness from a creature so often misunderstood. That's a superhero gorilla if I ever saw one. Number 3. Now let's talk about Scarlett the cat, a feline who showed a bravery that would put us two-legged creatures to shame. One fine night in 1996 in Brooklyn, New York, Scarlett and her kittens were caught in a devastating fire. The blaze was intense, but guess what? Scarlett didn't abandon her kittens. On the contrary, she went back into the flames, one by one, each time to carry out a kitten. Her eyes were blistered shut, her paws were severely burnt, and her coat was singed. After rescuing her last kitten, she collapsed unconscious, but she had saved all her babies. Both Scarlett and her kittens were later treated and adopted. Now that's what I call a super mom. We've spoken about dogs, gorillas, and cats. But heroism isn't just limited to the land animals. Let's dive into the ocean for our next extraordinary tale. Number 4. Off the coast of Northern California in 2005, a group of divers were observing some seals when suddenly, great white sharks attacked. In the midst of this terrifying encounter, an enormous 50,000-pound humpback whale, whom the divers named Whale 006, swooped in. The massive mammal placed one of the divers, Nan Hauser, under its pectoral fin, shielding her from the sharks. It even lifted her out of the water at one point to keep her safe. For 15 long minutes, it fended off the shark attack until Nan could get back on her boat. I don't know about you, but that's one whale of a tale. Number 5. Lastly, let's talk about the courageous parrot, Willie. In 2009, in Denver, Colorado, a babysitter named Megan Howard was looking after a 2-year-old girl. She momentarily left the room, leaving her charge eating breakfast. When she returned, she found the toddler choking on her food. However, she wasn't the first one to notice. Willie, a Quaker parrot, started squawking and flapping around in his cage, repeatedly shouting, "Mama, baby!" something he had never said before. This alerted Megan, who quickly rushed in and performed the Heimlich maneuver, saving the toddler's life. Willie was later awarded the local Red Cross chapter's Animal Lifesaver Award. So there you have it, friends. Our top 5 unbelievable incidents of animal heroism. Remember, next time you look at your pet, or any animal for that matter, realize that there's more to them than meets the eye. They truly are capable of extraordinary things.
Ooh, I didn't know that!